Gem friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about my portfolio update. It's been about 1-2 months since I did the last one. There has been some major changes, and so I thought I'd do a video updating you all because I know a lot of you guys are curious on what I hold and what I've sold, etc. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to tell you about some miscellaneous stuff. So I'll go through these notes at the end, so stay tuned for that. So first up, one of my biggest positions is Solana. As you guys know, that's been one of my biggest positions since around $20, and obviously as it's grown, it's managed to keep its ratio of being the biggest, apart from the few times Myro has overtaken it. Obviously this is like when I bought about $20-25. Obviously it's done extremely well. It's about 10x give or take, and obviously my short-term target is around 350. I don't know, I think it could even go to 600, and I've talked about that a few times before, so I won't go into that too much. So yeah, that's Solana. Solana's done extremely well. We just look at the last 3 months, it's done very well. Next up, we have Jupiter. Jupiter, if you guys haven't heard of, or if you don't know that is in my portfolio, I have posted about it multiple times on my Telegram channel. So if you want to join that, the link will be in the description. And Jupiter, ever since they launched their own token on their own platform, it was trading for 70-80 cents. I think the first time I bought it was around 70-75 or something like that. I did get the airdrop, so I held my airdrop, I bought more, and then I DCA'd into it. I bought more around, I think around 50-60 cents, and then I bought more. Basically, long story short, my average is around 70-75 cents. So it's done extremely well, and I think it's going to continue doing well. My thesis, I've laid it many times, but I basically compare it to Uni, even though it's got more utility and the token is more attractive than Uni, because obviously launchpads usually tend to do better. And also, the rank is only 59 rank, whereas Uni is like, I think it's top 15-20. So yeah, I've mentioned my thesis. I think this will go short term $3-5. In the bull run, it can probably go to like $7-10. It wouldn't surprise me. When it goes to around $3-5, probably when I'm gonna take some chips off the table. So I'm riding this all the way. This is one of my biggest conviction bets. Recently I sold some other coins, which I'll get into later on, and I made this one of my biggest bags. It's my currently second biggest bag, give or take, Myro sometimes when it pumps. Next up, Myro, guys. As you guys know, I've been in this coin since I think it was like 4 zeros or something like that. 90k market cap. It's done like a 4000x. Right now it's like consolidating. It looks like it might go on the next leg. Basically every time memes pumps, Myro tends to do well, and I believe it's one of those blue chip type NFTs, especially because of the apparently one of the co-founders named Doug. And talking about memes, I'm actually thinking of making a small fun portfolio of meme coins, because I realized that I have more meme coin exposure than I thought I have, because I've got bonk in because I had the Saga phone. One of my friends gave me Wave when it was like really low. I mean, he bought it like when it was very small, like within the first week or first few days of launching. He gave me some, and then it's done quite a few X's. So and then I've got like When in a few wallets, and I bought more. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I've got more meme coins than I think I did, and what I might do is just add some funds to it and make it into a little portfolio. So if you're interested in seeing that, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification. I'm actually, after recording this video, I'm actually going to start buying those coins, because it looks like they're on a good little dip right now. And if you guys want to see that, definitely hit the subscribe button. But yeah, Myro, one of my big positions, just because it's done many X's. I wouldn't normally advise having a meme coin project on that high in a portfolio, but obviously if it does those numbers, then yeah. Another one that I sometimes forget to mention in my videos, because I haven't actually got it saved on my CoinStats because it's on the Bitcoin blockchain, is this SRC pad. So this is the project SRC pad. I spoke about it in the past, and I might do a dedicated video on it soon as well. But just a quick teaser before I do that video. They've done the IEO. The public sale was at 2 satoshis per token. It's basically a launchpad on the SRC20 blockchain, and it's got a solid team. One of the founders of the SRC20 protocol is part. I think is advisor or something. The team is basically stacked. The project is legit. It's not one of those meme type projects. It's actually a utility based play, and this is one of them that has done well. But the thing is, obviously, it's not on a liquid exchange like KuCoin or one of them centralized exchange, which I do believe it will list on soon, because the other SSC tokens have been listed on them, and this is like one of the next best ones to be listed. So that's number one reason why I'd be buying here if I didn't already have. And the second reason is because now that they've launched their own token on their own platform, they will launch the tiers of how much tokens you need to have to be eligible to get into the launch pads. The next thing that will happen is the actual projects that are going to launch on their platform are going to be announced. And once they do that, obviously the time of the launchpad dates are going to come out, etc. And I believe this is going to increase. The floor price is going to increase, because the lowest is around 7.5 anyway, just before they announced the recent news. And once they announce the news of which launchpad projects there are and the projects launch their date, obviously people are going to rush to get the token to be able to get into the sales. So I'm quite bullish on this. Obviously, full disclosure, I did get influencer on, and you can see all the details in the description, the call round. But I haven't sold a single token, and I would have promoted this project anyway because I would have actually bought it. I did get into the public sale, and yeah, I'll probably do a dedicated video on that. But it's one of actually my biggest, one of the higher positions. Next up, we have Celestia. Celestia is basically one of those stake the token and just get airdrop type of play. $13-14 is my, I think that is kind of my average with the time I got in and the airdrop I got. So basically before October is the plan is before October to get out. The other thing is even though the private sale people haven't got their tokens, their staking rewards are unlocked. That's why I'm thinking to maybe I might reduce some exposure to this because they can sell their staking rewards, and that's probably why it's not done very well in short term. I guess we'll see if it doesn't give any good like airdrops anytime soon. Maybe I'll reduce like half of my, and similar thing with Dimension as well. I got my airdrop, I staked my airdrop, but I don't think I bought anymore. Maybe I did buy a little bit, I'm not sure. But yeah, with Dimension, the same thing, just stake and forget and just basically get the airdrop. So far, there has been 1 or 2 airdrops, I think, for Dimension, but there haven't been any high caliber ones. I guess we'll see. But maybe, once it rains, it pours, right? When this start happening, there'll be a lot. I guess we'll see about that stable coin that basically keeps on giving, right? We've been getting some airdrops for Cosmos. I don't really expect that to pump much, maybe until the end of the bull run, it might pump a little bit. Hence why I don't have too much of it, but it's good to have I've always said Cosmos technology is very good, hence why I've kept Cosmos. And they give those airdrops, right? So yeah, and generally the projects on Cosmos better tier as well. They're more of the higher caliber projects. Hence why I've kept Cosmos, and I like it because it's a different architecture than Solana. Then new addition. If you guys been in my Telegram, you might have seen this one, Sol card. So it's basically a card, a Visa card that you can get. You just have to deposit 0.5 Solana, and you get a non-KYC card, and basically you can use it for online shopping. It's a virtual card. And yeah, I came in around 20 cents. I might DCA more if it goes to around 10 cents, but if not, I'm just going to hold my bag. I got a decent position of it at 20 cents. It did almost 2x literally the day after I got in, like within 2-3 days, but I didn't take any profit or anything like that. So yeah, Sol card is quite interesting. Basically over 10k, you do KYC. Under that, it works like a gift card or something like that. But people have used it to shop and all that, and it's quite good. I've actually got an account with them, but I haven't actually used it to buy anything yet. But definitely interesting play. Other similar coins with like utility have gone to like 150 million market cap, like Solchat, etc. This one is only 17 million, and it's it can easily go to 100 million in my opinion, right? And complete meme coins are going to like billions and they have no utility. I don't see why I can at least go to 100, which is like a 4 or 5x from here. But yeah, so I've had token fight in my portfolio for a long time now. It's just sometimes I think I haven't mentioned it in my video because the position was quite small. But then recently, because of the BlackRock ROA news, done a crazy pump, and it's actually his all-time high. And so recently I did take some profits out of it, but I do still have a good position. Next I have Picasso. I've mentioned in a few videos. It's meant to be sort of like that on I believe on Cosmos, bringing Solana. I bought it such a while ago, half of what it does, but I've taken my 2-3x my initial out of this project already. So I've just basically got a moon bag, but because it's pumped since I got in before like the initial normal. I think I probably got in before this pump. I'm not sure where exactly I got in, but basically I managed to take out like 3x my initial out, and hence why I've left the bag. But because I got in quite early, it's still fairly good bag. And I don't know, I guess I'll see what I do with that one. Sometimes it does pump hard, and I'll see what I do, but for now I'm just holding it. Oh yeah, there's another coin I think I didn't mention. It's called MGX. That one I have got rid of, Mangata X. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in my last video, but this one I bought is roughly the same time as Pika, and I've sold this one. I've completely got rid of this position. I took out like 3x my initial and then just got rid of it, so you guys know. Anyway, some of the big changes that I've made in my portfolio since my last video is Arbitrum. I've sold most of my Arbitrum from the airdrop, and I've been generally bearish on L2s, and as you can see, they've not been performing well. Also, they haven't been performing well because obviously the garbage tokenomics, like they only have like 13-14% circulating supply. I mean, I've always liked their technology, etc., but obviously we're in this to number go up, right? So the number hasn't been going up, hence why I'm bearish on most of the L2s. I'm a bit interested in some of the upcoming ones. I do like Base. I'm probably gonna make a separate video on Base alone. The fact that it's backed by Coinbase, etc., but that doesn't have a token, so that's another that's something else. But the upcoming tokens that I like, that I look interesting, is Eclipse and that's partly because of the Solana SVM stuff. That's what makes that interesting. And there's one called Layer N that has like Anatolia and Solana Foundation and Ventures and backing it. It's called Layer N. That looks quite interesting as well. I need to look into that more. But generally, I'm bearish on L2, especially L2 tokens. Arbitrum pretty much gone. I've got a small bag of that. And same thing with Matic. I've pretty much sold like 90. I've just got some token for fees and stuff if I deal with USDT on Matic. But I've sold my Matic also. It was one of my big positions for a long time. As you can see, I haven't missed out on much right there. It's went from like, I don't know, I know this is like the low of the 1 year, but it's gone from like, I think $80 or $1 to like around $1. It's been around $1 for a long time. It peaked once around 120 and whatnot. But long story short, it hasn't performed very well compared to a lot of my other projects. Forget keeping up with Solana. It hasn't even done like I think a fifth of Solana's returns, and I'm basically bearish on the whole L2 thesis. Maybe I need to do another video on that, but it just doesn't make sense. There's a lot of things that in L2 land now that some of them are talking about L3s, and now they're having a go at each other about L3s on Twitter as well. I mean, and then as a project, if you're a developer, which L2 do you build on, right? First of all, do you even build on Ethereum? You can't build on Ethereum because of the fees, and then you choose the L2. Then you don't know which L2 to build on, and then you decide to build on one L2, but they don't talk to each other. The whole palaver going on right there. It's just too much dramas, and I haven't seen the gains as well with like, especially these major L2s. They might have a hype when one of these when the narrative changes, but yeah, I just didn't want to hold these tokens indefinitely, especially. I mean, if they were performing well, I'll probably cut them slack, but they haven't performed well either. There's that, yeah. Polygon Matic it was one of my biggest positions for a long time in my portfolio, but it's gone now. And now I'll just talk about some of the miscellaneous things in my video that I might not have mentioned. These are just some of my things you can read if you want to, just some of my notes. So, and then the miscellaneous things, so Solana, Matic, Solana, Arbitrum. Oh yeah, Starknet. So Starknet did have the airdrop. I've decided to hold the airdrop for now anyway. I know they botched the launch, kind of how they done it, etc. A lot of people are not happy, etc. with it, but I've kept my airdrop. I'm contemplating what to do. Maybe when I need some liquidity one day, I might sell it. I should have known when it was trading for around 350. Was it 250 when it first launched? I should have known to sell it because I even commented that it was trading valuation of Arbitrum and Optimism combined, and I just thought it's a bit overvalued. I should have sold it then, knowing that it's overvalued, and bought back now. But anyway, it is what it is. That's Starknet. Same thing with alt layer. I've kept my alt layer airdrop. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that one either. If I sold all of mine, I didn't even accept getting an airdrop. I got the airdrop because I was actually staking ETH on their platform for the Eigenlayer airdrop. This was a bonus. It took me like $40 on the main chain just to claim it, and then $60 to sell it on Uniswap or one of these exchanges. It baffles my mind every time I use it. If you remind me why I don't like using ETH every time I use ETH. Hope you got some value from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.